Hi there folks, my name's NovaWrap24 and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for your simulation release news and goings on from the week that was. So here we are for another exciting release-filled episode on Sunday the 28th of April 2019, and we're going to jump straight into it with some product launches for the Prepared V4 platform this week. We're going to start this week with the guys over at Flightbeam Studios, along with their in cooperation with Dreamflight Studios, releasing their long-awaited apparently long-awaited Quito International Airport. I honestly hadn't seen they were doing work on this one, other than I think a brief teaser about it maybe a week ago. But it's great to see them actually developing for an airport that is kind of in a part of the world that seems to be often neglected by a lot of developers out there. And of course, that is South America. So this particular airport, so Quito International or Maracasuque, absolutely certain I got that wrong, is an Ecuadorian airport and apparently is the most liveliest airport in Latin America. But I must admit that where it is in the world is actually pretty damn cool. It's nestled amongst a ridge of mountains and extinct volcanoes, which for me personally is really cool. Like, I love going. I've hiked a lot of volcanoes in my life, so it must be funny enough. It's actually on my list of places real world I'd like to go to. So I can now go there in the virtual world thanks to the guys over at Dreamflight and Flightbeam. Now, their rendition comes to us in the usual high quality that we get to see from Flightbeam, and this time in partnership, as I said, with Dreamflight, would come through with full implementation of SODE systems, including jetway interaction, as well as dynamic windsocks as well, full implementation of dynamic lighting as part of Prepared V4, full set of high-def 4K textures throughout the airport as well, including full customization of accurate vehicles specific for the airport included as well. Full implementation of the airport as it appears at the start of 2019, including the new cargo terminal, and accordingly also has a variety of custom static GA and cargo aircraft littered throughout the airport as well. Full use of material scripting engine as well for dynamic runway lighting, as I said, as well as the standard Prepared V4 dynamic night lighting also included as well. You also have, again, it's nice to see the developers are continuing to make use of the fact of actually developing and modeling the inside of terminals, especially terminals that have glass walls, to give that extra bit of realization, a bit of feeling about the airport as well. Now, this is the airport only itself. Doesn't actually, as far as I can read, doesn't include any parts of the town nearby. It's primarily just the airport as well. It is primarily just the airport, not really the surrounding area, but does have some limited photo reel for the surrounding, sort of immediate surrounding airport surrounds, though that is included. This is primarily a sort of Latin American hub, and does actually sort of just sees mostly Latin American airlines coming through. Don't really see much else coming up here, but it's primarily, as I said, an intra South America hub for various airlines coming through here, both passenger and cargo. Though it does have a KLM cargo aircraft as part of one of the statics, so kind of cool. Anyway, so as I said, it's great to see them developing for a different part of the world. Now, if you wanted to add this one to your collection, you can pick this one up for $26 US, available just exclusively from Flightbeam store, available now. Continuing on with another release this week from the guys over at Fly Tampa, have released their rendition of Las Vegas International Airport. Not only have they produced McCarran Airport there in Las Vegas, they have also included their rendition of the most famous Las Vegas Strip as well, including a full modeling of it, including a variety of custom landmarks, including the that most famous of signs, and also the Bellagio Hotel, fountains, stratosphere, and FlightSimExpo's 2018's home hotel, the Flamingo Hotel and Resort. I wonder if that was thrown in there purely because of the of that. I wonder. I think it would be kind of cool if they did, but there you go. Anyway, but as I said, otherwise it has a full rendition of McCarran Airport as it appears at the start of 2019, which is kind of cool, including all the current terminal buildings, layouts, and ground textures have been done off current high-resolution satellite imagery, which is really kind of cool. A complete custom terrain mesh for the airport and surrounding area as well, which is kind of cool. Custom 3D models for static aircraft, animated and static ground traffic and vehicle traffic for the airport, as well as the implementation of the city monorail as well. They have also included a limited set of PBR textures have been included because this is also a Prepared V4 exclusive release. So they have included a limited set of PBR textures on some elements of the scenery as well, including terminal windows, as well as implementation of the full dynamic night lighting as well. So pretty cool, looks pretty kind of amazing to come through here. Very impressive with their rendition of that, particularly the most famous parts of the strip as well. So it doesn't go too far into sort of Las Vegas, but it does have the major buildings and major icons that have all been modeled, so kind of cool. This one is available exclusively from the Flight Tampa website, coming in at $32 US, or the original equivalent, available now. Continue on with another Prepared V4 release, but this is definitely another one of those oddball airports. So this comes to us from the guys over at Dream Sky Simulations. Now, I'm pretty sure this is their first product to market. So they seem to have come out with a fairly unusual choice of airport, and it's fairly basic. Sort of probably the corresponding price point for it as well. So this is Nagira Gunsa Airport, or otherwise known as the China Tibet Airport, the airport that serves the Tibetan part of China, also known as Tibet or Tibetan Autonomous Region, near the Indian border. So it's the fourth airport in Tibet, but has become very rapidly become the primary airport for all internal Chinese air traffic. Now, it is a very interesting airport because of where it is, because of the fact that it's one of the highest in the world, over 14,000 feet, which can sort of do some operation limitations in itself. But also, due to the mountains and the heavy winds around the airport, it makes it a very challenging approach as well. Especially with the heavy winds, with over above a level 8, according to the Wikipedia article here, for over 120 days a year. So giving a lot of hot and high performances. So could be interesting and could be a bit of a challenge for everyone there. Now, it is also designed. It also provides, not only does it provide a full implementation of the airport as it appears. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Now, it's authenticity to when it is modeled after is a bit dubious. It seems to basically, from the limited documentation from the developer, it seems to show that it's actually based off 2013, 2014 appearances rather than anything newer. Has it changed much between there? I don't know, but that is something that's interesting with that one. Because it is an internal China airport and doesn't do international flights, Chinese laws and aviation operations are a bit opaque. So yeah, kind of interesting, kind of weird about this one. So I can't really go too far into how detailed it is, because it seems to suggest that it's getting a bit long in the tooth of the information that it's based upon. But anyway, otherwise it does full custom-made models for the 3D buildings, including 2K textures throughout all the buildings. It also includes 200 square kilometers of satellite imagery for the area around the airport, as well as custom 3D mesh. As I said, it just seems a bit weird with the fact that they've got this photoreal, but then they're not claiming it to be accurate currently, or maybe that the photoreal they're using is only that old. I don't know. But as I said, very limited information about this add-on. So just probably something to be aware. As I said, kind of cool that they're modeling something a bit unusual, that's for sure. But for $20 US, it looks a bit basic. And as I said, just because of a couple of those questions about its accuracy, a bit challenging as well. But as I said, it's also a weird airport. A new airport, so it's not in any of the databases, because it came to life after the navigation database that's built into Prepared and to FSX was long produced long before this airport was even a twinkle in a developer's eye. So yeah, just something to be aware of. There you go. Otherwise, this is a Prepared V4 exclusive, available now from Sim Market, coming in at $20 US, or your original equivalent, available now. Moving on to another release from a very interesting developer by the name of Machine Washing Design. Um, I have no idea how they came up with that name. Um, so we're gonna slide straight on past it, but it just floored me. Sorry, I was going to try really hard to skip over that and not talk about it, but the developer here is, shall we say, very limited with the information that they've provided, and with a title with a company name like Machine Washing Design. Um, yeah. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so this brings us a rendition of Airport Podgorica, which is an international airport just south of the city of Podgorica in Montenegro. Again, kind of cool. We've got another airport for something that's a little bit weird and unusual, definitely off the beaten path. Now, this is a rendition of the airport as it appears in, I believe, 2018. Includes also the implementation of the airport buildings, as well as the implementation of this as a shared facility with both a civilian and military side of the airfield. Now, this is all included with 2K textures, highly detailed 3D objects for terminal buildings and vehicle and custom airport vehicles for the airport, full implementation of dynamic lighting for prepared V4. However, this is also compatible with the earlier ESP platforms, including FSX and 3D lighting and volumetric graphs for that platform as well. My only thing is that it's set at a reasonably good price point for this one, only $14 or the original equivalent, but it is fairly basic. It looks like it includes just the airport and a limited amount of surrounds. Fairly basic. The satellite imagery it's based on looks either fuzzy or not there. So overall, reasonably priced for an airport that's a bit out of the way and somewhere a bit off the beaten track. So yeah, kind of cool. And as I said, the terminal buildings look good. So yeah, can't go wrong with that one. So if you're looking for somewhere a bit different to fly to, this could be one for you. Come through here, as I said, looking pretty good. Coming in at $14 or original equivalent, available now from Sim Market. Now moving on to another scenery release. This from probably one of my favorite developers here, MFSG, so Malaysian Flight Simulator Group. I love these guys for a really weird reason. These guys are still supporting FS9. Like, guys, you rock. Like, I'm pretty sure that the only people still supporting FS9 are MFSG and MAIW. I'm pretty sure you were the only two publishers still supporting FS9, and long may it continue. Right, moving on. This is their rendition of MFSG rendition of Kochi Airport, which is the regional airport servicing the Nankoku, a city in the Kochi prefecture of Japan. So lately, MFSG, for the last couple of releases, they haven't released anything for a while, but their last few releases have been based in Japan, and they've continued with this release here. Now, this one was released as the airport appears at the end of 2018. Full implementation of all of the airport buildings as they appear, including the observation deck of the third floor on the observation deck built into the main terminal building as well, which is kind of cool. Also, a very rare thing to actually have observation decks at airport terminals anymore, which is a crying shame. But anyway, otherwise, full implementation of the single runway operations and custom terrain. Custom photo reel for the airport, custom terrain textures for all of the runways and taxiways. Full implementation of all custom 3D models of all of the buildings of the airport coming in, and 2K textures throughout. There is a significant size difference between the ESP and the FS9 version, but it is fully compatible with FS9, FSX, FSX Steam, and prepared in all its formats all the way up to V4.5. So this one's coming in at a very reasonable cost, coming in at $15 or your original equivalent, available now from Sim Market. Moving on with another release for another airport with the guys over at Soft coming out with their rendition of Casablanca International Airport. Actually, it's Mohammed V International Airport, which is the main international airport service in Casablanca. I think it's come a long way since the days of Humphrey Bogart and Electra Model 10, but now this comes through. This airport service is one of the busiest in Africa, in fact. And is a home of a variety, is a major hub for a variety of airlines, including Royal Air Maroc and Ram Express as well. It is named after King Mohammed V of Morocco, for those wondering where it comes from. Now, this is a highly detailed rendition of the airport as it appears at the start of 2019. Full implementation of 2K textures, full implementation of 3D grass, custom autogen for the surrounding airport and town as modeled as well. Customized 3D buildings for the airport and all major buildings of the airport, and also various points of interests for the surrounding township as well. Animated full support of SOD, animated jetways and windsocks as well, as well as custom ground vehicles and custom other vehicles for ground traffic for the airport are included as well. It does also support full implementation of GSX Level 2 as well. Now, interesting weird little thing of note of this one is that this supports the ESP platforms, but it apparently may not support Prepared V4. So looking through the compatibility list, it lists FSX Prepared V1 through 3, but does not support V4. Which is a little odd, I must admit. It's sort of just assumed these days everybody supports V4, but interesting that to note at the moment it does not. So whether that's a typo or not, I'm not sure. I've been sitting on this one. I've been watching this one for a few days now, for almost a week now, and there's been no update from PRealSoft and no comment from the developers. So I guess we shall have to wait and see. So if anybody has actually sort of come across it and is aware if it is supportable with V4, please let me know in the comments down below. It would be great to hear to find out. Definitely either way would be cool. Otherwise, if you are an F6 user or a Prepare 1 through 3 user, then you can pick this one up, coming in at $25 US, or your original equivalent, available now from Sim Markets. Interrupting the news video here, just literally as I was encoding this and it was starting to go through, it broke that PRealSoft released a Prepared V4 version of this airport. Now, it is a separate install, it's a separate purchase, and at this time it looks like they are not related anyway. So if you purchase the F6 and V1, Prepared V1, 2 and 3 version, you do not get a discount on the V4. Also, conversely, the other way around as well, if you buy the V4 version, you don't get any benefits to go down to the other version. This one's coming in at a slightly higher price point, coming in at $25 US instead of the same price point for this one, coming in at $25 US. Doesn't seem to be any difference other than it includes, otherwise it obviously works with Prepared V4 and does also include dynamic lighting as well. So as I said, it literally just broke, so I had to re-edit this video to make sure that we can get this one into the news for you guys. But this is available now from Sim Markets. And other scenery release news for the ESP world, the guys over at Just Flight have brought out with their Volume 2 of their latest VFR Real Scenery Next Gen 3D Central England and North Wales. What a damn mouthful that is. Alright, so following hot on their heels of Next Gen Volume 1, Southern England and South Wales, this continues on with their release of their full rendition of the British Isles in photoreal. So this is very much their Just Flight's answer to Orbix's True Earth series, where they come through with a full meticulous custom set of aerial photography and custom autogen and custom points of interest for the whole of the British Isles. As I said, this is Volume 2, so this is covering through sort of England, North England, so Central England and North Wales, going up to, it's not quite up to the Scottish border, but it is definitely heading that way. From looking at the coverage area, I'm guessing that we're probably going to have another 2 volumes of this to come out yet. We'll probably have one more, which will be Northern England and Southern Scotland, and then one of the rest of Scotland. That would be my guess. Otherwise, to summarize this one, this one is a full multi-ESP platform support, including F6, F16, and all prepared versions in all of their forms. Full implementation of 25cm, 50cm aerial photography from 2015 onwards is used as the source imagery for summer only. Includes custom. You only need to install this once, and it will be able to reference into multiple sims as well, which is a good space saver and something that Orbix can't do. Incidentally, Orbix has to install a separate copy of it. Actually, the Orbix only has it available for prepared V4 and for X-Plane, so completely different sims for that one. So it's interesting that Just Flight have managed to get it to work across all of the earlier sims as well, which is kind of cool. Not only does it include, so it says standard 1.2 bit per pixel general text resolution with points of interest in airports done at 60 centimeter per pixels. It also includes an ultra high definition terrain mesh of 5 meter elevation terrain mesh that included for the covered surrounding area. Includes comprehensive custom 3D auto gen accurately placed from real world photography data, as well as implemented all multiple landmark objects, including custom improvements over the original default. They've also remasked all of the water areas to actually be able to land your seaplanes and float planes into custom done as well, and default airports and runways have been adjusted as necessary. So a lot of work has gone into this one. This is coming in at $38 US, or your original equivalent, available now from Just Flight. Moving out of the ESP platform world, moving into the world of X-Plane 11. I could only find one product release this week, and that was from a new and upcoming scenery developer called the guys over at Puff and Flight. And I have to thank FS Elite and for pointing this one out to me. So this has come over, and the best part about this is the price, which we'll get to later on as well. So Puff and Flight is a new developer coming through here, and to sort of showcase the work that they and their capabilities. They've released a set of 3 airfields in the Lower Silsa region of Poland, located around Wrocław and the Wałbrzyskie Mountains. Absolutely certain I got that wrong. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the 3 airport names that are here. I'm not even going to try. But it covers custom renditions of all of these, of all 3 of these general aviation and gliding airfields that have been done here. Full implementations of the developer's own library. However, it does borrow from a couple of libraries are included as well. A couple of freeware libraries are available as well. So to make sure you read the install instructions of this one. Full implementations of custom 3D buildings for and custom 3D objects, including windsocks. Full implementation of PBR textures. Accurate ortho photos for photoreal scenery and surrounding areas of the airport have been included as well. Accurately placed vegetation and building. Dynamic objects such as hay bales rolling and puddles forming on the wet runway, so it does have the 3D runways as well. Animated hangar doors and very frame friendly as well. The best part about these new airports is that because it is for an upcoming developer, these are available for free. Grand total free, folks. No price required, knowing that they will be available free from the explain.org forums, available now. Moving out of the flight sim world and moving into the world of the permanent way, the guys over at Dufcal have released their latest content for Train Sim World in the form of the Deutsche Bahnhof BR155 locomotive. So in this this locomotive came out of a design requirement coming out of the 1970s, where Deutsche Bahnhof required they were needing a new 6-axle locomotive that would be able to haul any form of rolling stock, whether it be freight or passenger services. They would also be able to come through and designed to be able to be built very efficiently, and also be able to last a long time as well. So these were designed very quickly from the initial draft requirements being issued in 1971 through to being able to the completion of the first prototypes in 1974, sort of less than 3 years before they would actually be able to, and then they'd be on to the rolling stock. These would not only would they see use in West Germany, they would actually continue on seeing service well into the 1990s, as once Germany was reunited as well, and often been affectionately known as the electric container from various train sim aficionados around the world. Now, this is a highly detailed rendition of the DB BR155 electric locomotive in the Deutsche Bahnhof Traffic Red livery. Includes a full, highly detailed model of the cockpit, fully functioning Ziffer and PZB90 safety systems, accurate true-to-life performance and handling with authentic driving cabs and interactive controls, along with 3 career scenarios and as well as an interactive tutorial have also been included with this one. In order, however, to be able to make use of said in the scenarios and tutorial, you will also need to have the Ruhrsieg Nord route add-on, which is for SimWorld, which is available separately. Just bear that in mind. Otherwise, it is fully compatible with. Actually, no, they don't have. I don't know if they do have. Does SimWorld have workshop scenarios? I don't know. I know Train Simulator does, but SimWorld I'm not so sure about. Please let me know in the comments down below. I know there are a few train fans that do watch this new schlep, so I look forward to hearing your responses down there. Now, if you are wanting to pick this one up, this one's coming in and available at pretty reasonable price, actually, $20 US or your regional equivalent, available now on Steam. And continuing on with other simulation releases this week, the guys over at Milestone have released their latest piece of DLC for Ride 3 with their limited models pack. So not much to say. This is their reproduction of a variety of limited edition real world bikes. So you get 5 new bikes added to your stable, as well as 10 new races. You get the Walt Siegel Viboldio, you get Ducati Supermono, which actually is a beautiful bike, it really is. A BMW R9T Racer, a Kawasaki Ninja H2R, also a really beautiful bike, and a Yamaha YZF R1M. That's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Not only do you get those 5 bikes, you also get 10 new events and tracks to be able to race them around as well as getting to the rest of your library. So pretty good, cool pack, and a reasonable price for this one, coming in at $5 US or your original equivalent, available now on Steam. Alright, that does round out the NovaWrap for this week. Thank you very much for joining me. But before I go, I do want to highlight to everybody that there is a really exciting event coming up in the next few months. And of course, I am talking about FlightSimExpo 2019. It is taking place in Orlando, in Florida. So now, FlightSimExpo is the America's community-driven flight simulation conference. Now, I am sadly going to have to miss it again this year. I was actually really hoping. I thought I was actually going to make it this year, but due to some timing, unfortunately, it looks like I'm actually going to be racing again that weekend. I'm going to be racing that weekend. I thought that the race was actually the weekend before. Turns out it's well, actually, sorry, the race is the weekend before, but I'm not able to get the time off from work to be able to actually extend my trip out to be able to come over and see the expo. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to miss it again. But, however, the guys over at Thrustmaster and FlightSimExpo are offering you guys your chance to be able to get an all-expenses-paid trip to go and enjoy and take advantage of this great event coming up that's supporting the flight simulation community. You've got a huge amount of exhibitors coming along. You've got the headliners, including Orbix, coming along as well. Thrustmaster are going to be there. X-Plane 11 are going to be, the Austin and the Laminar Research team for X-Plane are going to be there. There's just so much going to be happening. It's going to be there. The best thing that's going to be happening, though, is that Sergio from helisimmer.com is going to be giving a conference. He's going to be one of the keynote speakers, and my good friend Belgeode will be there covering it as well. So make sure you can hit him up and have a chat to him while you're there. As I said, there is a great competition being run at the moment from the guys over at FS Expo and of course from Thrustmaster to win yourself a chance to get there. I'll pop the link in the description down below. Don't forget to check it out. Otherwise, if you can also purchase your tickets straight away from FS Expo's website, also be in the link down below. Alright folks, so with that exciting competition announcement, I want to say thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying these videos and want to see more. And of course, as always, you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWing24. Alright folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.